If there's one thing about Kroger that sets us apart from all other supermarkets, it would have to be our delis. It's a point of difference in our stores. One of the first things you notice about our delis is our variety of meats and cheeses to choose from. So today on the show, we're going to use some of these meats and cheeses. I have a special guest with me today. He's a first-time guest on the show. I'd like to welcome Chef Pete Geoghegan.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
Nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
We've been trying to get you here for about a year and a half now, hadn't we?
Yes, you have.
Well, I'm excited for you to be here, and you're from Private Selection. And what is this first dish that we're going to do today called?
We call it a Rustica pick. It's actually a recipe that you can find on Picks and Bites, which is from the Milk Marketing Board out of Wisconsin. It's a great recipe. I've tried it before for friends and a couple of venues that I've done, and it sells well with the customers.
Yeah, Pete, our viewers love simple too. Simple and good, and this looks like it's going to be. So you ready to get started?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay, first we're going to take some cheese. We've got Private Selection provolone.
And man, I had a piece of that while we were putting this on a plate, and that stuff is really good. It's not like that old mozzarella type of provolone that you used to get. This stuff is awesome.
No, this is new and improved. Probably about 6 months ago we put it out there. It's made in Wisconsin. It's sharp. It's got a great tang to it. It's amazing, and it actually helps this dish out. With the old provolone, wouldn't have been as good. But right now, this is rocking.
Awesome.
So we're gonna start off, and basically
so
this
make one right beside you here while we're doing it.
That sounds
so
great.
easy.
This is almost like our bread in a sandwich per se. So
Low carb.
Yeah, there you
Gotta
go.
love it, man.
So we're gonna take some Private Selection Genoa salami. You could use the hard salami too if you want. And we're just gonna take a few pieces, probably like 3 here.
Just shingle them around here.
Just shingle
on
them
the
around.
outside?
Yep. This way everybody gets a bite, because we're gonna end up cutting these. And then we'll do 3 pieces of pepperoni. Just layer that around.
This is a perfect kind of party food, isn't it?
Oh, this is great party food. Because you can make these in advance. You can make these a day in advance if you want. Cut them up the day of. You're just going to want to wrap them if you do that.
Yeah.
Then another piece of cheese. And if you notice, it may not be easy to see on there, the meats are cut thin, but the cheese is cut a little thick. We want it to hold up.
Okay.
Then we're going to take some pesto here.
This is a Private Selection pesto,
Yes,
correct?
it is. Correct.
And we've made pesto on the show before. You can look back. We have all of our recipes over the years through Cooking with Kroger. If you want to make a pesto, you can, but this stuff's good just like that.
I mean, if you don't want to use pesto, you don't want all that oil on there, you could just use basil leaves. That would work fine too.
I think you got to have that oil in there.
I like it.
Yeah,
That's why
I think both
switch
you
it.
and I agree on that one.
So we put a little bit of that on there. And then we have roasted red peppers. I got these out of the Olive Bar in one of the Kroger stores, but you can also get this off the shelf if they don't have an Olive Bar. And you just want to cut them up a little bit so you can get them to fill up the gaps. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Roasted red peppers, sometimes it just takes a while to do, and these things are great.
Oh, they're perfect. I mean, at home, you have to practice. You'll probably burn a few, cook them a little too much, but they are nice when you can do them by yourself.
There you go. All right.
Right?
All right, what's the next step?
That's it. Another piece of cheese to finish off the top. And then I cut up some Kalamata olives here. And we're going to cut these into 8. So we're going to take 8 toothpicks here.
Now, you can buy these off the shelf, but you can also buy them off of our Mediterranean bar at Kroger, too.
The olives, yes.
And they're already
great.
pitted, too,
That's
so
the
it's a
way
great
to go.
thing.
Then you don't have to cut it. So what we can do is lay 8 of these cut up olives around. And I mean, you could leave them whole, too, if you want. If you take the pits out or buy them whole pitted, you don't necessarily have to cut them.
So we're going to do 8, aren't we?
Yes, we're going to do 8 here. Just lay them around.
I think Kalamata is probably my favorite olive because they're deeper. They have a deeper flavor. I'm not real big on black olives, but these ripe ones like this are great.
Yeah, there's so many different olives from over in the Mediterranean especially that's just, and they have all different flavors. I mean, there's smoky olives, you have just stuffed olives, but I mean, a black olive, they really don't deliver the same type of a flavor.
Now with Private Selection, that's one of our brands that we sell in our delis. I talk about the variety of stuff that we have. What's different about Private Selection than some of the other brands out there?
I would say all Private Selection products, we have a brand promise there. Everything's going to be a high quality, high end. So the meats and the cheeses, they're coming from great sources. All the meats, they're whole muscle meats. They're not chopped and formed. They're just great quality. No fillers involved in there at all. And again, all the cheeses, they're coming from Wisconsin, I think, except for the Swiss cheeses that we have today. And Wisconsin's one of the best states for milk and making cheese.
Well, that's where you think about when you think of milk is Wisconsin.
That's it, yep. So these are done here, and all
Ready
we
to
have
cut
to
it
do is
up
cut
now
them.
and plate it.
And it's a lot easier when you have them already picked to cut them. So then we can just go across. They hold together real nice.
Yeah, I think the
Almost
thicker
like
you
cutting a
cut it,
pizza.
if you cut it thicker, it probably would be hard to cut, but this is real simple to go through.
And then we can just place these on a platter. You can leave them whole. You can leave them on the cutting board if you want, right? And then
I think that's a great way to serve it, is putting it right on the cutting board.
Yeah, people can just take it right off the cutting board. These make an amazing, there's so much flavor actually packed in here.
Well, it's just another way of eating meat and cheese, man. Everybody eats that, especially around the holidays. People get it. You know, you buy those party trays or whatever with them. And then what's our last step here, Pete?
One thing I like to do, it's not on the recipe in the website, but I like to put just a little drizzle of Private Selection balsamic on here. And I really like this balsamic because a lot of times the balsamics out there, you have to reduce them.
So it's almost like a glaze already, isn't it?
Yeah, it has some more reduction because the better balsamics out there, of course, they cost more. They're not as watery, so they have some body to them already, and you want that to stick on there.
Well, this looks great, man. Looks awesome. Great appetizer.
Oh, thanks.
Up next, we're putting our spin on a new culinary trend as CWK continues.